to all the audiences that have come to see this forum together. I am Siti Zubaidah as your moderator today. We would like to highlight a topic that is quite interesting to be discussed, namely the child abuse consequences on children's development. Nowadays, child abuse is one of the most common cases that always occur in our society. In fact, this case needs to be looked at in a larger scope so that it can be overcome. Before we go further, let me introduce to all of you about our panelists. Right to my left is Datin Nur Syafiqah, the Minister of Children and Family Development. Welcome, Datin. Next to her is our specially invited parent, Puan Nur Shasha Nabila. For your information, she is the winner of the Best Mother for the year 2020. How are you today, Puan Shasha?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Our last panel is the very experienced counselor, Professor Nilam Emeline from the University of Malaya. Welcome to our forum today, Prof. Nilam. Without wasting our time, my first question to our first panel, Datin Syafiqah, can you explain to us in more detail what child abuse is?
First of all, thank you to our beautiful and charming moderator for our today events. So, for today's topics, child abuse. Let's go back to the question. What is exactly child abuse? Child abuse is not just physical, it includes sexual or psychological maltreatment or neglect of a child, especially by a caregiver or their parents. This may include any act of or failure to act by their parents in actual or potential harm to a child in child's home or in the organization, school, communities, or with the child interacts with. For example, a child can be abused by their friend by using excuse just for fun, but it can turn out be a bad experience and trauma to the child.
Thank you, Datin Syafiqah. We move to our next panel, Puan Shasha. What are the consequences for children's development? Can you explain it?
Thanks to Miss Moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning to all the panelists and audience. I'm so glad to be one of the guests here. The consequence to the development of children of abuse that occur can have a variety of effects on their development, physiology, physical, and behavior. Consequences as well as costs to the society as well. These consequences may be independent of each other, but they also may be interrelated. For example, abuse may stunt physical development to children's brain and lead to psychological problems such as a low self-esteem, which would later lead to high-risk behavior such as substance use.
Thanks to Puan Shasha for a clear vision about the consequences for children's development. I would like to pose the next question to Professor Nilam. Prof, can you tell us about the types of child abuse that have occurred in Malaysia?
The type of child abuse that has occurred in Malaysia is emotional abuse. This emotional abuse can be seen through feelings of anger, sadness, resentment, hatred, and so on. Moreover, parents who neglect children, for example, neglect in terms of their needs for the basic things of life, such as education, safety, and shelter. In addition, sexual abuse is also one type of child abuse. This sexual abuse has the purpose of satisfy the sexual desires of adults through pictures, voice recorder, pornography, and so on. The government needs to work together to solve this problem and not point fingers at the other party and blame each other. Protect the human rights of children because they are the future heroes of the nation.
Thank you to Professor Nilam to the comprehensive explanation. Based on the professor's explanation, we know there are several types of child abuse that have occurred. So, back to Puan Shasha, what is the factors or the cause of child abuse on children's development?
The factor of the cause of child abuse on children development is abuse stem from the problem posed by the children and the problems that occur on the part of the perpetrator. Children are said to be source of abuse because of their nature of being in the early process exploring the meaning of life. For this reason, children will often make mistakes, play hard, cry often, do not listen, repeat mistakes, be undisciplined, and the like. For parents, problems such as stress at workplace, alcohol and drug emotions, stress of lack of religious education, their own experience of being abused as children, and negligence are the driving factors for the abuse on their children.
Thank you very much, Puan Shasha. To make our forum play up, Datin Shafika, you as a Minister of Children and Family Development must know about this case statistic. Can you share with us the child abuse statistics?
Thank you to our moderator. According to WHO, nearly 3 in 4 children, or in specific number is 300 million children in the age of 2 until 4, suffer physical or physical violence at the hands of their parents or a caregiver. In March 2021 until March this year, over 70,910 cases recorded for child abuse in Malaysia, whether in pre-high school until high school. And these cases increased during COVID-19 hit the world. Most parents are mentally exhausted and their child is a victim for their let go of their anger during this lockdown. My advice to parents out there, never use your child to let go of your anger and stress because they will affect their daily life.
Now, we know the statistics of child abuse from year to year. We can see that the rates of child abuse that have occurred are insignificant and that there is still more to be done. Next, we move to our counselor again, Professor Nilam. Perhaps she would like to share her precious experience with all of us. Based on your experience, how does it impact most child abuse victims?
Child abuse leaves a lot of impact on the abuser, the victim, and the community. This abuse can give a lot in various development and interaction with each other. Among the effect on victims of abuse, namely children, is that they will suffer physical injuries as a result of strong blows and blows. The effect of child abuse can be clearly seen through injuries to the physical limbs such as wound to the head, body, and face. This will have a negative impact, especially on their future when they grow up. It will also indirectly invite the occurrence of physical disability, whether serious or minor injuries. So we must all play an important role by holding thoughts on the effect of child abuse to raise awareness in the community about this issue.
What a great experience, Prof. Finally, we have come to the end of our forum for today, where we have shared a lot of knowledge which we didn't even know before. In conclusion, child abuse is a serious problem that requires prompt attention in order to prevent it from getting worse. Furthermore, to surpass it, we must overcome it with elbow grease and also in a million brilliant ways. That is the key to settling this child abuse case. For the last word from me, I would like to thank all the ladies and gentlemen for today and also our great panels. A brilliant thanks to everyone for cheering on this forum today. Say no to child abuse. Thank you.